Welcome back to the man's journey, guys. Listen, there's this thing that's kind of pissing me off, okay? I'm watching a lot of motivational speakers, self-help, that kind of stuff. A lot of the speakers, the coaches, the, whatever the fuck you want to call them, the gurus, they give advice to introverts without fully understanding what an introvert is. They'll say things like there's no difference between an introvert and an extrovert. It's all what you decide to be. It's not. To an extent, you are what you decide to be. Abso-fucking-lutely, okay? I decide not to be a victim. I decide to do my best to, grow every day. Yes, that's a decision that I've made that's made my life better. Yes. But the introvert extrovert thing is so deeply rooted for people, okay? And I don't know where it comes from, if it's genetic, if it comes from your childhood or whatever. I'm not a fucking psychologist, okay? But here's the thing, with those coaches and speakers and gurus, 95% of them are extroverted, and they don't understand that when you're an introvert, it's different. You're not shy. It's not a shy thing. You know what I mean? Here's the difference. With an extrovert, they can talk all day. They talk, and it's great. They live outside of their head. It's a beautiful thing. You can make connections. You seem confident, There's a lot of good things to that. And that's a blessing. But, I'm not saying one's better than the other. There's ups and downs for both. There's a difference with introverts. Introverts can be extroverted for a limited amount of time. And then they have to recharge. They have to turn it down. They have to recharge the batteries. It's vanilla and fucking chocolate, okay? Sometimes you feel like talking as an introvert. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you feel like chocolate ice cream. Sometimes you feel like vanilla. It's vanilla and chocolate. Introvert, extroverted. It's not a fucking choice. It happens. It just is. It's who you are. And it's not a bad thing. Embrace it, okay? A lot of people watching this are probably going to be extroverts. They're not going to get it. But basically, okay, let me tell you something. I'll give you an example here. I used to have a roommate, and she was super extroverted. She could not be alone ever. That's why she always needed a roommate, because she cycled through boyfriends and whatever. No, I'm not saying she's a slut or nothing. But she was, she had a hard time clicking with guys, and they wouldn't last very long. She wanted stable relationships around her at all times. And she was out doing her own thing away from her family, so she needed roommates, basically. And, when I would come home, she would talk to me. She'd talk the ear off me, and sometimes I'd be receptive, and I'd be, giving it right back to her and talk to her, and let's figure this thing out, let's talk. And other times I'd be like, right on, and I'd be eating my supper, or I'd be, getting ready, one foot in the door for bed, or wherever the fuck, man. It's vanilla and chocolate. It's whatever I felt like that day. And it's not a choice by my consciousness. It's a subconscious, just, I need to recharge before I can communicate properly. And it's not like, oh, I'm shutting down to think about my life, which does happen, or, I'm super exhausted. No, sometimes I'll go to the gym to recharge. Sometimes the gym is the best place to recharge. Sometimes you just need to do something physical. But it's not just a choice in your conscious mind to just be extroverted exactly all the time when you feel like it. It's not like that. You're not going to be confident all the time. You're not going to be extroverted all the time. No matter how hard you try as an introvert, you can't just change it. Now, maybe some kind of crazy psychologist that knows a lot more than I do will disagree and say, hey, this is how you change it, but I don't fucking know, and I've been looking forever. And you know what? For an introvert, I'm extroverted, but I'm an introvert, so I understand I need to recharge a lot. A lot of the time I need to recharge. I just don't feel like talking to people. And it's not like, oh, I'm sad. Oh, I'm depressed. Just don't feel like it, man. I just don't feel like talking. Extroverts don't get that. They're like, oh, you're mad at me. Oh, there's something wrong with you. It's not like that. We just shut down for a little bit. Recharging. And you know what? There's upsides. Critical thinking. Self-discovery. There's all kinds of upsides. So, introverts, don't try to change. Try to be better, for sure. Try to be more extroverted throughout the day when you have that energy to use. Because, I mean, human relationships are probably the most important thing in life. Okay? But use what you have, and then don't worry about it, man. Go recharge. Go watch TV or, not a lot. But go do whatever helps you recharge those batteries. Go to the gym. Meditate. Like I said, TV is a limited thing because that's not productive. But do what helps you, man. That's it. Wow, this was a long video. Peace.